Welcome to this week's episode, where I am going to recap the last few weeks, show you what we've been doing, run through some of the injury issues that I've been having, and look forward to where we're going to get to in the near future. So enjoy this episode, and I'll see you soon. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Shane, and up until 18 months ago, I was 145 kilos. Could barely run at all, had no fitness, was feeling really terrible, and just had no zest for life whatsoever, really. In that time, I trained to complete an Ironman in 2024 at Cairns, got that goal ticked off, and really have lost 35 kilos so far, still got more to go. And so this year I've set my goal on a double Ironman in Wales at the Brutal. So I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure you follow my journey, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear people's thoughts. So enjoy this video. It's New Runner Day. Alright, so it's been a week since I ran. Been resting, getting my Achilles right, hopefully. So let's see how that works out. Good run. It's still very hot. I'm really pushing myself to run outdoors, but I do much enjoy it. So now I will go and jump in the ice bath, give my Achilles a massage because I can still feel it. It's not, I wouldn't say it's impeding my running, but it's there. I can feel it there all the time. Been trying to mix things up a little bit with the videos, and not YouTube's a mystery wrapped in an enigma, wrapped inside a puzzle. So we won't try and figure that out anymore. I'm just going to share my journey with you, and this week we need to talk about something a little bit more, I guess something that everybody deals with, I guess, in this sort of journey. I basically went through the first 18 months of this, through the first Ironman's training, through everything without any actual injuries. So I'm going to say lucky, but also I didn't overdo it, and I didn't jump straight in. So, but now that I've signed up for a double Ironman, apparently my body's gone, hold on, what are you doing here? So now I've told you, I think I told you just briefly about my Achilles tendonitis, which was the first thing that sort of happened, just kind of out of the blue. Had a couple of sessions now at the physio, and that's on the mend, and we're managing that. So now that we've got past the initial injury phase, we are now into the rebuilding strength in my Achilles. So I've got exercises to do, gym work, particular strengthening things that I have to do. So that is good, and that is working. My Achilles is definitely much better than when I first had the problem. So that's good. The second thing that's happened, which has kind of been a nagging issue for a while, is my neck. On this side here, I've got, I don't know how to describe it, but a pain that I think has come from swimming. That's where my physio suspects that it's come from. because like all good triathletes, I only breathe on one side, and he thinks it's just a repetitive strain injury that I've done to my neck. Apparently when the joints, when you turn one way, this side of your neck opens, or something happens anyway, and said that happening repeatedly has just inflamed the area, and I've got some little stretches and it's like pressure points things that I have to do, and it should go away. So I'm almost swimming exclusively now with an overhead mask just to remove that issue altogether, because I can swim, but then I'll be in pain during the swim and afterwards. So with the overhead snorkel, the pain's kind of like a 5 out of 100 kind of thing. I don't really notice it, to be honest. And lucky number 3 is my lower back, which again I think is to do with swimming, but we're not 100% sure where this one's come from. This could be from the gym. We're not really sure, but right down in my lower back, I wouldn't describe it as a twinge. I would just describe it as like pressure, and so I'm not doing standard squats anymore. I'm doing things like box squats or front squats or anything to take the pressure off, because when you do a back squat, your back's at an angle no matter how good you do them, and it's always going to put a bit of pressure on the bottom. So now I'm doing box squats, which allow you to go straight down, or I'll do front squats, which again will allow me to go straight down, or I'll do leg press or something different. The other time I feel the lower back is swimming, and this could also be the place where it came from. So I think what happens is that because I wear buoyancy shorts, because I'm like a brick in the water, and because I haven't got my stroke nailed down as well as other people do, and I'm still carrying a bit of extra weight, I wear the buoyancy shorts just to keep me level. But I think what's happening is that I'm arching my back too far. Like, this only happens when I'm kilometers into my swim. Like this morning, I did 3.5 kilometers, and I was just starting to feel it in the last kilometer. But it's also better when I swim in salt water, because I get more natural buoyancy. Whereas in the swimming pool, I find that that's where I get it the most, because obviously the shorts are lifting that end and I'm lifting this end, and my back is curving in the middle, and it's causing me problems. So, and thankfully that's the end of the list at the moment. But I had a good chat to my physio, and he said, given what I have done in the last 18 months, what I'm planning to do, he said, don't be surprised if you get more. He said they're most likely repetitive strain injuries because you are just doing a lot, and so not to be worried about it. He said most people who do this kind of volume of training will get these little niggly things. So I'm less worried than I was, but having said that, it's something that I haven't had to deal with, and I don't know, it's a bit depressing's too big a word. It's not depressing, but it is kind of like I used to just wake up and go bang, bang, bang and go and do my training and not think about it. And now it's like, oh, yep, my Achilles is a bit sore, or my back's hurting a bit, or my neck's causing me some problems. So I feel like the old man that I look like now, and I think that's been, I don't know, it's a bit of an adjustment for me after the first 18 months where it was all just smooth sailing. And the worst thing that happened was I would be exhausted, or I gave myself heat stroke, which is controllable. But it's not the end of the world. I haven't had any serious injuries, and that's important, because I guess I'm just always, something's always a little bit sore, and this is these three things are just a little bit more sore and a bit repeatably sore than I normally get, because there won't be a training session that I'll go through where I don't get a twinge in my ankle or my knee or something. Like I don't know, that's just par for the course, let's call it. I am turning 50 in a couple of months, so it's not like I'm a spring chicken anymore. But having said that, like I said, I'm trying to be positive. I'm going to work through these things, and I'm going to make sure that I do everything the physio says, although, God, it's hard to do some of the things, just hard to remember. I need to put them in my calendar or something. And I will get through this. I'm a little disappointed because I won't be able to do my best at the marathon, because obviously the Achilles injury sort of just slowed down my training with running. So whilst I'm pretty confident that I'll finish the marathon, my sub 4 hour time that I was hoping for is just not even I was well on track for that, a month and a half ago, until the Achilles stuff happened, and then that's just gone out the window. So I'll be happy to finish it and get my first proper marathon out of the way. But yeah, so it's disappointing in that sense, but I can't do anything about it. I guess it was eventually going to happen at some point. Something was going to go wrong. So, but forward, onwards and upwards, as they say. So this week we have had a good week. The 3 weeks. Let me give you an update for the 3 weeks. Training load is increasing every week. I'm running, 30 to 40 Ks a week. I'm doing the Lamberis pass on full gas once a week, plus 2 other bike sessions. I'm swimming almost 7 kilometers a week. The volume of my training is increasing, and I'm coping really well with it. No issues other than the stuff that I've detailed already, which is just a management issue more than it is anything else. We're coping with it all fine, and I'm pretty happy with where things are at. I would love to get rid of the Achilles altogether. It's like almost gone, and I'll feel great when that's really not an issue anymore. But I think that's still a few weeks away, because swimming's going great, running is going great even with the Achilles. Feeling really strong on the bike. I'm no doubt that I'll have my FTP over 300 by the time we hit the Double Ironman, or hopefully before Cairns in June, where I do the full Ironman. So yeah, everything is on track. Fergus is really happy with the progress, even with the little niggly injuries. And yeah, we've got some big things planned for the Double Ironman. So looking forward to getting into more training and just feeling 100% strong again. I think that's mentally, it's tough when you've got a few little niggles, because every day you've got to pull yourself up and get moving. Whereas before, I just never really thought about that side of things because it wasn't an issue. So, but we'll get there. Well, I've just finished my brick. It's been a long week and I feel shot. My legs really struggled through that run, and right at this particular moment, I can't see any way that I can do a double Ironman, but I've got faith that the training will get me there. And I'm sure once this bloody heat disappears here in Townsville, I'll feel much more capable. It is just, there have been heat warnings for 2 weeks almost now. It's been insane, and just, you can't go outside kind of temperature. But anyway, I'm about to have an ice bath and finish my week off. I think that I'm glad I've got a day off tomorrow, and I'm going to use it to rest because I'm shattered this week. Shattered. So let's have an ice bath. Feels very cold today. We'll see you next time around. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next week with another kind of video that I'm hoping to put together. And I hope you enjoy my journey so far. I hope you are looking forward to the double Ironman as much as I am, and everything we need to do along the way. Please reach out with a comment if you've got any questions. I love hearing from everybody. I love getting people's advice and their thoughts. So don't be afraid, and make sure you take the next right.